Here's the next bit in my thinking about working at heights. In the last video, we looked at getting to the top fret, and we tried it with all sorts of different fingers so that we could gradually acquire extra notes that were higher than the frets. And we did it from first position on the top string. We went from a 1 to the top fret, from a 2 to the top fret, from a 3 to the top fret. It was reasonably safe. This time, we're just going to extend the places that we travel from. We're still going to aim for the top fret at the top. So we're aiming at a fixed target, but we're going to extend the places that we come from in order to find it. So we're going to start with a D major scale, descending. So starting on the top string, coming down, a D major scale, let's just do that again to be absolutely sure. Starting on the top string, open string, C sharp, so far so good, doesn't involve the top fret. What we're going to do this time is play the top fret with a 4th finger in between every note of our scale. And even when it's an open string at the bottom, bring your hand back with your thumb, because the point of the exercise is to practice that shift. So we're aiming for this fixed target at the top with a 4 on the top fret, but suddenly we're having to find it from different places on the instrument. Let's try it out. So we're starting on the open top string. Ready, go. C sharp, B, open A string, but come back for it anyway. It's like target practice, isn't it? We're aiming for the same spot every time, always taking our thumb with us to get there, but it's getting gradually further away as we work down the scale. Shall we do exactly that again? Top string, ready, go. Now I appreciate some of those shifts are slightly ridiculous. In real life, if you were going to go from a C sharp to the top fret, you'd probably organise your fingering, half a bar, a whole bar, 2 bars in advance, so the C sharp came on a 1 and you were ready to be up there. So there are potentially better ways of fingering things to avoid those shifts, but the point of the exercise is that we are coming from as many different places as possible, still aiming for that top fret. So this time, same scale, but now we'll play the top fret with a 3 instead of a 4. Exactly the same exercise, but aiming for a 3rd finger at the top. Ready, and... Still going for a 3 at the top. Ready, go. Better do it with the second finger at the top then. Exactly the same thing. Still going for the top fret, but this time going for a second finger, which would mean we could play things like a B natural at the top and not have to worry about where they are, because we can accurately position our hand on that top fret in something that feels familiar, making it much more likely that we can accurately find the B flat or the B natural. So same thing, descending D major scale, top fret, but with the second finger at the top. Ready, and... Should we do that once more? Exactly the same thing. Ready, go. We've only got one finger left. We better do it finding our first finger on the top fret, which allows us to find a C up here. Exactly the same exercise, but now that top fret is going to be with a 1. Ready, go. Is it starting to feel familiar? Is it starting to feel like a place where you know where you are? You can find it with any finger and feel reasonably comfortable. One more time, finding the top fret with the first finger. Ready, and... If you fancy extending it any further, you could do 2 octaves of D major scale, all the way down to the bottom of the instrument, still finding that top fret. You could choose a different scale. You could do maybe pick one in half position, going through all the fingers at the top. Just anything that gets you used to travelling up and down the fingerboard, taking your thumb with you and feeling that this hand is learning where to find that top fret and feeling that the whole thing is completely relaxed and that your thumb is able to move, that it's not locked in place on the back of the fingerboard.